Are you ready for the energy of the summer solstice? I bet you are, because today is the longest day of the year. In the place where I am, that's a very big reason for celebration every year. We have 19 hours of daylight at this time of the year, and we want to get all out of it. We want to connect to these energies, and we are making fires. And we also had a nice fire yesterday, and we spent the day outside by the sea, and we took in all the energies from that special occasion, from this natural state which is influencing us. And today I want to use Neurographica and the theory of Wu Xing, the theory of the 5 elements, ancient Chinese theory, to connect to the energy of the summer solstice in your personal way. And I'm going to draw with you, and invite you to also draw with me and connect yourself to these energies which are in the field, which are influencing us, which we can use for our own purposes and for growing our own strength. So as you know, with all drawings in Neurographica, we are connecting to the source, which is in all of us. With every line we draw, we are connecting to universal love and wisdom. We all are connected, but we are making these connections more visible to ourselves, because as humans we tend to forget these connections, and we tend to limit ourselves to being human. But we are not only human. We are connected to everything that is at every moment. So, and now let's explore the energies of the summer solstice. Solstice. I'm sorry, this word is quite new to me. I prepared for you the scheme of the Wu Xing system of elements here. This is a circle which I drew, and this is the colors which we are going to use today. We need red, preferably in 2 different shades, light red and dark red. This is representing the element of fire. We are going to use light yellow and dark yellow, which represents the element of earth. The element of metal is represented by light and dark brown, as well as white or light gray and dark gray. All the shades of metal and the shine of metal, and even the shine of metal, like golden shine, which is more white, and until the more dark rusty energies of metal. Then we are going to use dark blue and blue for the element of water, and we are going to use dark green and dark or darker blue, as well as lighter green and lighter blue for the element of wind. So I'm going to remove that here a little bit so you can have a look. this scheme for a while. I'll hold it like that. So you don't need to know a lot about that. Just the very rough scheme that we have 5 elements and different colors representing the energy of the elements. This is all you need to know at this moment. I prepared a sheet, a squared sheet, like that, because I wanted like that today. And I'm also going to use markers, like a thin one and a little bit thicker one. So I guess we are ready to start now. And first we are drawing a circle representing the year, our year, present year. So this is our year. I'll activate it a little bit by drawing neural lines. This is the whole year. So, and we are drawing a circle up here, one down there, one to the side, and one over here. So they don't need to be perfect. We are going to work with them in a minute. So the upper circle represents our summer solstice now. And I'm going to draw that much bigger, yes, I can tell you. I'm drawing a spiral here on this place, and I collect the energy, and I'm making it as big as it feels right to me, and I want it quite big. It's quite present today. For me, we have been celebrating yesterday, quietly in nature, spent so many hours with my family and my friend. We have been only 3 people, and it was very quiet and beautiful. We had a nice picnic. We had a nice, beautiful fire by the sea. We saw the sky change colors, the sun being out there until the sun set. Yes, so this is the expression of the summer solstice for me at the moment. And now, since we have this rough scheme, I want to explore and ask my subconscious what is connected to the summer solstice in me at the moment. So I write at the back of my paper, summer solstice. I even write 2025 because that's now, and that's what I'm interested in at this moment. Obviously, you could write any date if you watch that. 5 years to go, whenever. So you can do that at any time. So We'll take 2 minutes to write down our present associations to summer solstice. So let's start. Yes, so I can feel my heart, feel connected to my heart. I feel my heart is open, and my words show what I also experienced yesterday. Now, 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 no need to be anywhere else, grounded, inner peace, presence in the moment, connection to universal love and wisdom, power, knowledge, focus, peace. Yeah, I hope you also connected to these energies and wrote down what it means to you at this moment. And I feel quite excited, and I don't really know how and where to start. I have this word inner strength, which represents for me a dark blue energy, and that's so interesting because the dark blue color is associated with winter and with cold, and still it's coming up here in this fiery elements time. So I'm curious where in this drawing I will place that dark blue energy. So obviously I didn't tell you yet, but it maybe makes sense to you that if this is the summer solstice now, at the opposite side of the circle is obviously the winter solstice around 21st of December. You can mark the dates. Of any year. So it doesn't need to be this year. It's only this year for this drawing. So, and this is 21st of June. And I wrote June here, but I wanted to write December. So, 21st of June, 21st of December. And this is 21st of September. when days and nights are equally long here, and this 21st of March. Same in spring, equinox, autumn equinox. These are the same length. So, okay. Before we are going to use these elements energies, we need to do two more circles. We need to draw one circle here and one circle here. I'll tell you in a minute why. It's related to these energies, and for now, for the summer, we're going to use the energy of fire. Especially now, at the beginning of summer, we have the yang energy of fire, which is the right color to use, which is the warmth of fire, which is the yang energy is always the new and fresh energy. And it will turn into the yin energy of fire, like the more dense heat. And this develops into the element of earth. And in our cycle of the year, the earth quality for me is located around the around the autumn equinox, because the earth element is connected to harvest, to a lot of like abundance in nature, and that's exactly the time around there. And then the energies transform to withdrawal to the energies of metal, the autumn energies, which will lead to the winter energies, the cold and water energies, like resting. Nature is resting everything. And the winter solstice is just in between those. So we can explore that in a minute. And this is obviously the energy of wood, of the new beginning of spring. In this drawing, use it like that. So, and we will just have these circles as a rough reminder, but we want to actually use colors. And I'll start with the energy of today, and I already have this spiral here, and I use the light pink now from today and activate my beautiful spiral more here, and take in all the energies of the field of the nature which are around and resonating deep within me, within my heart. Can you feel it resonate in your heart as well? We always forget that, but we are inseparable part of nature. So everything that happens outside in nature has a direct influence on us. as humans, we can connect to these energies in a positive way. And if we are in opposition to everything, to everything we are in opposition with, we will create some energy blockages. So it's always a nice thing to accept what is here at the moment, and also to accept our own nature as being nature, being humans. If we want to protect nature, and if we want to be kind to the environment, it is essential to understand and to also start acting kind towards ourselves. We are nature, inseparable part. We are also inseparable part of everything that is beyond nature. And to make our limited mind aware of that, we are drawing, for example, Neurographica. We're coming step by step closer to our strengths and to our purpose, and away from our impressions which don't serve us anymore, which are stopping us, which make us seem to be limited and not in charge. So I can tell you I am quite excited about that, and I want more energy, and I'm using some more red here. I want to work with that energy. Now I put some dark red in the middle of my spiral. I was not planning to do a spiral, but it feels quite natural and right here. So I'm going for that. What we also do is we are drawing lines connecting center of this present energy outwards. I'm drawing the lines wherever they want to flow. And since this is the present moment, I start from inside here. I can see that they are connecting to the whole year's energy. And this cycle of the year is repeating and repeating, so this can be last spring, but it can at the same time also be next spring. It can be last autumn and next autumn, so it's always moving around the year, and the energies are coming and going, and so it's not limited to only this year. If you're drawing these lines, make them natural, organic, flowing, make them visible to your brain, being a part of nature. Our brain does not recognize the straight lines. It recognizes sharp angles as danger. So we are trying to harmonize sharp angles as much as needed. That's what we do with the rounding, but it's not yet here. feel in every line. I can feel these lines are like resonating deep in my heart's area. Our heart is the area which is connected to everything that is. It's our gate. So to feel into our heart and to make ourselves aware of what's going on there is very valuable. So we can also put our hands on our heart and breathe deeply. And then we can also connect, and we can also release whatever is stored in there, which might not serve us anymore at this moment. You might feel some pressure on your heart. Like I feel some pressure as well here. So like some kind of resistance maybe to this connections and to the like opening up more and more to the new experiences. So now I have created some segments. You can also use those in coloring. So in this drawing I have these black lines as a scheme, but I am actually using the colors more. Like here we are using the colors of fire, of the element of fire, of warmth, of love, gentleness, excitement, heat, of summer, so how do you feel using light pink, for example? For me, that's a color that feels quite gentle and like a warm wind. It's very, very comfortable. Like a summer flower also. Maybe a rose. Like I can, if I'm thinking of a rose while I'm drawing that, I can smell the rose's beautiful smell. It reminds me of summer as well. I can feel my feet drawn to the ground and getting very warm as well. So I guess I connect to the summer energy of warmth and heat, and I have to remember the fire yesterday, and I have to remember the beautiful sun yesterday, because today it's raining outside. Not very summery feeling today for us, for me, outside, but inside I still feel it. Especially when I connect to this energy while drawing here. I feel the summer energy very nicely, and I can also see everything growing outside, the flowers, the trees, the leaves. So definitely summer has reached our place as well. And if you are at the place where the summer is very hot now, then you might have more of this dark red energy, which is heat. passion. So you will write however it feels right to you. So I want some of this passion here as well. And I'm going over my spiral once more. The more lines we draw, consciously aware of what we are doing, not repeating the lines. The more lines we have, the more our result gets engraved in our brain. So now some of the dark red over here. Actually, I want some of the another red here, maybe this kind of red. Yeah, this feels like my desired red here. So you can use any kind of red which feels suitable for you to collect the energy, summer solstice energy at this moment. And I am quite excited because today I want to have an official step. I want to take an official step for my business, and it's very nice for me to charge myself with these energies today, with these fire energies. You can also ask yourself and write in the chat, because I'm asking you as well now, what does the summer fire energy mean to you? Me, for example, I'm not a fan of heat at all. Not at all. It's not accidental that I moved to Finland and not to Italy or Spain. I never go there because I don't relate to the heat outside. Although I feel lots of heat inside all my life. Maybe I have enough, so much heat inside that I need to cool down outside. I like the cold outside, or at least fresh air. It doesn't need to be cold all the time. I also like the summer now, but our summer is around 15 degrees, so it's a gentle summer like this light red color. So, but I guess some of you love the heat. And at what is the time, like the temperature at your place at the moment? Do you enjoy that? What do you do? Is it your time of the year, or is it time to hide inside somewhere? Like I would be hiding inside. And it's, for me, that's a sad thing, because I need to connect to nature a lot. And if I cannot go outside a lot, it doesn't feel organic for me. I had that once when my sister used to live in Texas for some time, and I went there to visit. It was already 20 years back, and I still remember it was not comfortable for me at all. I spent lots of time inside, but I also I always had the urge to go outside, but it didn't feel nice outside at all. Like I didn't feel in my element. So now I want to have my lines more visible. I'm connecting them here. I'm maybe not connecting them everywhere, but at some places. I'm drawing the connection lines. For example, here at the outside. And I feel this need to go over these lines again. That's why I'm doing that. More lines, the more visible my connections get. So, connecting them here. At this point, I feel like I don't even want to see the other parts of the year, but it's all one system and belongs together. Like everything in life, like everything we do, like we have this character of the 5 elements in everything, in every project, and also in us and in every interaction with other people. And it's also a good idea to, if you feel disbalance of the elements, to create balance by drawing the other elements as well and make them bigger and balancing. So I want to actually, I feel this, I told you, I feel this connection to the dark blue energy, which is representing for me being in the moment and being centered and being in my power, which I felt the whole time in nature yesterday as well. And I want to make that visible here at the counterpole of today, like at the darkest time of the year, around the winter solstice. And if you feel drawn to the winter solstice as well now, you can feel what kind of color do you need there. Is it also like, is it also this dark blue color, which is the element of water? Like we're drawing the elements today, like we're using the colors of the elements. This is actually here, but I feel it at this point a lot. That's why I'm drawing it here. I feel that the size is quite right. I check the size, drawing some lines around it, but I guess this feels very nice, and it feels very dark blue, and it feels like a counterweight, like a very balancing counterweight here, the dark blue. And since this is the energy of the element, the color of the element water, we can color this here. This is representing winter, cold, a pause, pausing activities in nature. The trees have like all their energies inside in the roots. So this is this dark blue energy. So I draw that here as well. And I'll see what happens to this element of water. Depth, cold, also knowledge. For me, also connected with this knowing I don't need to be anywhere else. It's just right where I am at this moment. And this is actually what I really like. So I feel that this might grow here and grow together. But now we'll color the other elements with you. I want to draw this autumn energy here, like the energy of withdrawal, of change. I'm drawing that now because I feel that as the counterweight. So I hope that you can also relate to that. So this is kind of the balancing of my summer energies. Interesting enough at the moment. And I'm choosing this brownish color here, representing the element of metal, which is dominating especially the autumn. And autumn and winter are obviously also like mingling their energies slowly, getting colder, the leaves are falling, winds are getting more rough. So this is the time of the year. So I leave it like that at the moment, but we'll come back to that. So this is this beautiful energy here, and I feel the need to have more, like the center, more reddish here, the life blood red. And I just add some more energy here. It's also possible to add colors of the elements, of other elements, but maybe we don't mix it at the moment. And explore how that works. So, more here. I want more of that. This dark red does not suit my needs. I make it. I change it. So from here, the next energy transition in nature will be the harvest and like the late summer energies. It's not autumn, it's not summer anymore, it's harvest. I wonder how this time of the year is called in English. Let's call it late summer or energies. You know what I mean? Harvest. The richness of overflowing abundance. Lots of apples. Nobody knows what to do with all the apples, at least in our yard. Berries are ripe everywhere in the forest. Actually, they are ripe before already, but this is this energy of earth. Earth giving out. Before that, we can cook our apples, we can put them into jars, we can keep them in the fridge and keep them for all this time in winter where we cannot harvest outside, at least not in Finland. So this is the element of earth. And now we are drawing the spring energy, the energy of wood here. Lightness, of joy, of creativity, new beginning, wind of change. I'm using the green color at the moment. It's also light blue. Maybe we'll have light blue in a minute. So we're just getting it clear where our energies are located. And the next step, we want to check like how big will they be. So yeah, kind of the spring energy is not very dominant at this moment. So it's small and all of them have the kind of the same size. I'm feeling into like, what do I want to do with these elements, energies? Like, I want to combine this. Like, I see that my winter energies have two places now, which is interesting and not very surprising since I live in Finland and our winter is quite long. So I guess it might be quite different for you if in the middle of winter or on the 21st, like on the winter solstice, you have a different energy. You might have a different color there. So I will accept that being two elements of water there, especially since that I associate the water with this being in the moment, being in my present, and being in my strength. I'm drawing a line connecting from that winter energy through today, and I'm doing that same thing at the other side with this water. And it's uniting here, so I'm not planning that, it's coming natural to me, flowing through the moment of today. And I have these water energies, this present in the moment, this winter energies also here at this moment. That's interesting. It can be quite different for you. Maybe that does not resonate with you. Maybe you feel attracted to, let's say, the autumn energies and you feel those today. So it might be you want to connect your yellow, like you draw a yellow line through today or to wherever it wants to go. So you need to explore that for yourself. Where do the elements, energies, and colors flow in your drawing? It will be different for you because it's your special development at this moment, and also the energy of the place you live. So if you live in Texas right now, it might be different than living in Finland in the summer. So I'm really curious to see your drawings as well. Nobody has ever shared a drawing yet, so please be brave and share. You're invited to send it to drawyourselffree@gmail.com or to post it in the comments if you like. Maybe you should need to find a different channel to share our drawings. You don't have to be afraid that you do something wrong. Always, whatever we draw is right, or whatever we do in any moment is right for us at this moment. It's an experience, it's an expression of what is in us at this moment, what are we aware of, and what we are maybe not aware of, and what we don't want to see. So it's always a careful process. We wouldn't like to overwhelm ourselves. Like once I had drawn with a client, and there was some kind of hurry. Like usually we're drawing quite, he is drawing very, very slowly and very intensely. And for some reasons, there was some hurry to finish something. And we did like 2 or 3 drawings in this week. And it was too much for him, because all the change he created was so overwhelming that like his body was overwhelmed, and he got sick for a week. And that was the consequence of drawing too much. So usually not usually, always, it's very important to consider your pace, your individual pace. I have another client who's always very, very fast, wants to do everything at once, but doesn't go that deep, forgets about it again, forgets about the processes. So it depends what you want, it depends what you're looking for at the moment. If you want a lot of impulses, you can do that as well. But if you want deep changes, it's really, really recommended to draw slowly and find your own way of doing things. So I see here these lines are red because I'm striving to connect my lines, and even if I'm using different colors, I'm striving to make them a little bit smooth at their intersections. We want to create systems which are in contact to each other, and that's why we try to integrate all lines to a single system. It's always recommended in Neurographica to use black markers for the lines, which makes a lot of sense, and which creates very clear impressions to the mind. And today I decided to draw with colors mostly, although this is a little bit challenging, but it's also really beautiful, because you can, especially here when we are using the energy of the elements represented by the colors, it's very nice to use the colors also to intersect. I really like that, and that's why I'm doing that here. It takes some time to create the intersections, but it also takes time to create with a marker. And all the time we take for our drawings is time for ourselves, for our development, for getting closer to our true self, connecting to our higher self, connecting to universal love and wisdom, however you call it. You can also connect to yourself, call it like that. It's all different expressions for the same thing. The source, nature, nothing is separated. So here, wherever I find the intersections and wherever I want them to be connected, I connect them. And now I can see this state. I can see, okay, this wintry wood, not wood, water energy is flowing up here. And it feels nice, and I even want more here. So it's maybe spreading here as well. It's coming from here, here it's uniting. Feels like even a physical reaction here. It feels like a blue and red blood streams. And it's quite unexpected and nice. Like it. And I have this urge to color more here. Like I want to combine that with the blue color here. So we're playing with our own perceptions while drawing as well. And our own needs. If this is overwhelming for you, it's also nice to find yourself a neurographic instructor who will be able and willing to work with you individually on your topics. But you are doing the work. But if you feel overwhelmed by all the options you have, which can be overwhelming, sometimes it's difficult to take decisions or to make any moves. If there are so many options and we are free, we have all the options, we have all the possibilities to decide, and you can literally experience this in drawing because you are doing your drawing. Like my son was always asking you, how do you know where to put your lines? Why do you, like, how do you know that? And he cannot imagine that of course you know where you put your line according to your need at the moment. So if that is overwhelming, you can contact me. If you want help, I'm offering individual drawing sessions with your specific topics. You can contact me for more details if you want help with your individual drawings. It's invaluable to work on your stages of development through drawing, creating new imprints. So, lots of water here, but it's kind of, the collection here is too small in my perception, so I make it bigger and I let it flow here. And I let it flow here as well. And I can assume what happens, because if I have blue and if I have red, I might get some purplish impression here, which I also like, because purple is like expression of spirituality and wisdom. Won't reject that into my life here today. Come in. You're welcome. Most welcome. Are you drawing? I hope you are watching me drawing is maybe interesting, but it's the most important thing is that you are drawing your own connections. Nobody can do that for you. Nobody can live your life for you. Nobody can take your decisions, your steps. You can get guidance, you can get assistance, but like how to use your tools, what tools to use, overcome your resistance, like support, a lot of things. But you are doing, like, you are creating the change. So interesting. Now I see some need to do something with my spring, with my wood energy. Drawing a line here, and it's also entering the now. This was just what was visible for me while looking at the drawing now. So check where your lines are going. They can go anywhere. They can also connect down here. My lines feel attracted to the now. And I see that I have wood energy also coming into my fire element, which is dominant outside. And wood is my birth element, so I'm also happy to have it here. Creativity, lightness, freedom. So I add some of that here because it's flowing here, and I let it flow as well in that. Some of my areas here. Yeah. Let some green energy flow here. Nice. Oh. Too excited. Let's have the connection here. So we use the energy of the colors. And I'm using this green wood energy. As I said, creative impulses, my burst energy, freedom, striving for freedom. And I happily let that flow into my drawing. Most happily. Every year it can come, every time it can come, and it's also invited here. Yes, more green here. Using the colors as we need them, as we feel how much do we want them here in our drawing. And you most probably feel that as well when you look at your drawing. I want to activate that shape a little bit. Need to use the marker because it's drawn with a marker here. Activate the shape of the spring equinox. It's not visible if I use the green and green, that's why I'm using the black marker here now. Maybe I can use some little darker green to make connections more smoothly. Yes, I can. So yeah, I'm not quite content yet here, but maybe that black is not exactly what I wanted here, but now I have it. Can use some darker green to integrate it better. And I want to have some dark green line as well here. So our neurolines will not repeat itself preferably at any place. And we are connecting the lines wherever they meet other lines. So as much as are needed to create an integrated impression. Yes, here up here, more green, some darker green, foresty green. Going into the forest, connecting with the trees, makes me feel really, really one with everything that is. That's why I like to go and do that in the forest. For everyone who is watching, would you also maybe write in the comments how you can see what I'm doing with this camera angle? Is that okay for you? Or do you need it from top? There would be cameras right from top. I always like simple equipment, so I have some simple camera stand here, but if you wouldn't see much, would be a reason to think about that. So maybe drop a comment as well. I have not started our live drawing sessions yet, but I'm sure we will do that as soon as the right time has come. We can draw together and also exchange what we are doing at the moment. Exchange our drawings. We could answer some questions you have. Yeah, it would be good to do that sometime soon. So this energy of the wood is also spreading inside here. It's coming to our present day's energy. I haven't drawn a drawing like that yet, so I'm also surprised what happens and excited. For me, it's quite interesting process. Every drawing is always uncovering something interesting, what is here at this moment. It's never getting boring while you're drawing, because it's always, it's getting the, like, it's always connected very deep to your source and to your being. It's actually, if it's getting something, then it's getting the opposite of boring, like maybe too much or too deep, or like frightening, like you want to run away from it. But we can quite convincingly assure you that it won't be boring at any point. Make the lines visible again, the red ones, the fire lines. Yeah, now this is coming down there. This is going down here again. It's coming here somewhere to the earth. It's going here. So, where is it going down here? All the way from here, passing earth, passing metal. Yeah, our metal is quite isolated yet. I won't stay that way. You'll get some connections soon, don't worry. Put some of the fire here. Metal and fire go together, since the fire is giving metal the chance to transform, be flexible, become a new tool, for example. So let's connect the metal here nicely. Fire as well. Fire is also going down here. So remember, if the lines of different colors meet, we're trying to make some soft transitional places. Let them flow. Yes. What do I do with this metal here? It looks so isolated still. Although the metal, I guess the metal energy is not very prominent at the moment. Still, I want to connect it, and it's also a desired energy, so I draw some lines for the energy of withdrawal. It's a good thing as well at this time of the year. If you see like the withdrawal as meditation, for example, it's a very, very, very necessary all year round. The withdrawal from the outside world. So it's also very needed in summer. Let's value that here. Connect it beautifully. Yeah, it's going down here. I guess I will have the line here. Yeah, withdrawal of autumn. Yeah, thinking of the meditation, I want to connect it up here as well. Withdrawal of everyday life. Do you have your meditation practices? Daily withdrawal in the morning, hopefully. What are you doing? Connect daily. I'm having my morning routines. First thing, connecting, asking what is to be done today, how can I serve, what is coming through me today, becoming aware of that. So all that is the energy of withdrawal. And this is also, yeah, I want to make it visible. Do you enjoy working with different colors? I do. Colors are connected to the field. Look at that. Now I want a lot of that. Speaking of that, meditative energies. I want them here a lot. Now it's not isolated anymore. Striving to create an integrated impression of my colors and not to have this the lines being isolated. So I'm going over it from different angles. The colors. So we don't want the separate lines. If you have the pen quite flat, it's easier to create an integrated impression with the colors here. Especially if I need to create a flow right away. So I have my energy like connecting here nicely. Yeah, interesting. So it doesn't have to grow, but I want that more. So all the elements both have two qualities, the yin and the yang qualities, but I realize that I use very clearly, like for example, I use the yang quality of the water element, I use the yang quality of the wood element, I have a lot of yang quality of the fire element, which is the light red, but I also have the yin quality, the more dense and heat in the present, but in the other elements I have more the yang. This is also yang color. This is actually a yin color as well. We'll explore that in a minute. I haven't done anything with the earth yet, because the yang color would be more that. Now I want to have more connections here, as I realize. So I draw more connections, as many as I need to feel the energy flow wherever it is connected. Yeah, the lines are sometimes necessary to make it more sharp. I'm looking outside and I see autumn weather. Rainy weather. Not really autumn, because in autumn we would have leaves being removed, but now the rain is nourishing the leaves to grow. And I feel quite a lot of energy flowing. All right. Earth. Earth, earth, earth. Connecting earth. See what happens when I connect earth. Joyful comes into my mind. It's not going inside, it's going around here. Okay. It's touching. Connecting here, going down. What does that mean to me? Not sure yet. The harvest is yet to come, maybe. Yeah, I can look. I'm looking forward to a harvest. Should maybe emphasize on that color a little bit. Yeah, this is something developing now, nourished by these qualities. And the harvest is yet to come. Yeah, that is actually quite suitable. Harvest, yeah, I'm drawing harvest here, like that. September will be coming soon, so let's look forward to the harvest time. Connect it nicely here. Make sure that the harvest is also visible in my brain. And the harvest is going here. It is mingling with the metal qualities. Yes, nice. More lines connected to the field. Harvest is all inside and outside. Maybe harvesting business context. Yeah, lots of connections. Feel I need to work on them more. But now, yeah, these lines are coming. More interacting lines. Look at that. Harvest is spreading everywhere. That gives me quite a hope. So that's how it works. You activate the topic, suddenly you have a lot of connections. Even here, but it's still not entering. Oh yeah, it is. It is going here. Wow. So more harvest than expected. So it is also coming here. I obviously have to work on integrating all the harvest lines. But I want to do that, obviously. I don't want to spoil my harvest. So first I want to work on the general energy flow here of the field, which is symbolized by the background color. Ah, yes, here it can also spread here more. I feel it's exciting to work with the energy of the year. And I feel I want to have a harvest drawing here when the time has reached. I will be drawing with you a drawing for the autumn equinox in September, 3 months from now, and we'll see what had happened, what is there to harvest. In your lives and in my life, I will obviously explore my life. I can only explore your life with you if you decide to draw one and one with me. Otherwise, we all draw our own experiences by ourselves. For me, it's very, 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 very precious to also work with you. It's so fascinating to see the changes of my clients, that it really actually initiates visible changes. People are reporting that they don't, and I know that from my own experience, they don't, like they suddenly do things they would have never done before. They would have never imagined being able to do, because they have created these new neural connections. Obviously, you can only create the connections for which you are open at the moment, like which are your next steps. And that's why they are working as well. Like you cannot draw something which is quite very much above your present state of development. You literally cannot draw that. You can always draw what is your next step of development, and then go from that to the next. And that's so nice, because that's why it's not overwhelming if we do it step by step. It's not something unexplainable magic. It feels like magic, but it is actually very relatable and very scientific method as well. If you're interested in the scientific aspects, you can do your research. There are lots of, like the Neurographic Institute for Psychology of Creativity is doing a lot of research, scientific research, how Neurographica is working. Me personally, I'm not that interested in the scientific aspects. For me, it's important that it works, that I can see results in my life and in my client's life. And I do. I don't want any, I don't need any scientific explanations for that, but there are. There are, if you want, look at that. Now my harvest is spreading all over. Nice, nice, nice. I feel that's my business. That's the harvest of the business step I will perform as soon as I finish that drawing. Energies are, as expected, just right for that. Next step. Exciting next step, yeah. Going in your own pace, that's a miracle actually. That creates miracles because you are able to move. Because sometimes, lots of times, I was always like wanting to do something which was not according to my pace at the moment, so it didn't work, and then it felt like it wasn't. I used it as an excuse for being mean to myself, comparing myself to other people and stuff, but it does not help at all, because things have their right time. Everything has its right time, and if I want to do it at another time, like which is not the right time, then it just doesn't work. And it's not because I'm stupid or not able or whatever. It's because it's not the right time. And if something is not working out, although we tried everything, we can be assured that it's about the right time. And then keep on working on it until the right time comes, and work on the confidence that yes, right time is not here yet, but will be there, or might not come. If even the whole project might not be the right thing for me, might not come, then I can also realize that. Connection lines, connection lines. This yellow color is for me also, for me personal, is always the spiritual, like purple spiritual, but this is the pure connection to the divine for me. So I like to see that in my drawing here. I haven't planned to do it, I have just seen it as a very small harvest thing there, which is related to autumn, but obviously it is much more here, and I can tell you I see it even holding some wanting to be here visible as well. So I make it visible here, spreading even more. It's not going through, but it's everywhere. It's also here. Interesting. My whole body is kind of tingling and prickling and excited, and I can hardly sit here. I need to get up and move my body in a minute, I guess. So I combine these elements as well. We don't leave single cells in Neurographica. When we are coloring. So this feels like the sun, rays of sun everywhere. Cannot think of anything else except for harvest. Although the earth element implies a lot of different things, so for you, you might think of different things. So I am using more of that blue now, and I will make these lines my field lines. So we're using 2 or more lines which go through the whole drawing, make them most visible and invite the divine to our topic. And I'm using I want to use the blue line here to do that, to make it my field line, one of my field lines. Make it more visible. And I'm using the second one as well, because that was this energy flowing from that desired state of being present in the moment, in my power, the connections to the energies of fire, of the time of the year. Yeah. Now I'll have some more water here flowing. More watery connections. Feels very nice. Yeah. Need to work on the integration of the new lines, connections. And also the connection lines of these field lines are now obviously a little bit different than before, since the line is bigger. So don't be in a hurry. You can finish the drawing as well, bit by bit. Even if you leave it for some time because you feel it's ready now, you can come back to the drawing whenever you feel the need of working on something more. That can happen because your development changed, your readiness to work on some step develops over some time, so that's quite likely that it happens actually. You can add something later to your drawing. So here, don't get impatient. You need all the lines. you feel you want to draw a line, you need it. And especially the connections. If we have roads, if we create roads and we don't have intersections, or they're only bridges or something, you cannot go there, the roads won't be of much use. So that's why we need to have the intersections. We have rivers that flow into each other. That's an even nicer picture than the roads. So we want the water everywhere mingling beautifully. So I hope these colors don't annoy you, but you like working with the colors and the mingling of the colors, as I do. I actually like it. And I also like to show the whole drawing process, because otherwise you might get impatient and feel like, oh, it's taking too much time. Yes, the drawings take time, but the development of the structures also took time. And if you do want to create new impressions, it's really nice to willingly also take your time to create new impressions. If I feel like I'm separate from universal love and wisdom, and I'm in my brain all the time, and I want to create a connection to everything that is at the moment, and I'm drawing a drawing to connect to the energies of the summer solstice at the moment, and I connect myself to everything that is, then it's worth time, isn't that? And I make myself aware of this necessity of withdrawal of these metal qualities. Although it's not autumn, it's still necessary today in the middle of summer to have some impact on my life. And I can see that suddenly. Sometimes I get impatient in summer. It's so beautiful weather and I have to run outside all the time, but I also need to do things inside and to withdraw, and then I get impatient with that. I cannot be outside all the time, but that makes me aware of everything has its place, also in summer. That's one of my insights here. One of my, and also the energy of the middle of the winter is in me, and it's good. It's a good source which I want in my life. And it's not always only this light, freedom-seeking me. It's all these other aspects as well, which are needed for my project, for example, for creating my business at the moment. So, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Had a lot of insights. Spent some time already on that topic. So if you're watching this video a little after the exact solstice, that doesn't matter. You can draw the energy also, like you see, it's a wide field, so it's not only today. So you can also draw it some other time, a little later. You can also draw it like, yeah, the energy of the next like element already. But I'm sure you will have time to explore your energies, which are right for you at the moment to explore whenever you see that video. So if you see it in the winter, you can also draw it from here, like draw the water element on top. You can play with that drawing. So I decided to make my present fire energy my affixing shape, and I make its outlines very visible by drawing a thicker red line around it. This is what I want here. I want to make this energy my vessel, and all the other energies nourishing it now, this moment, in this moment and in this time of the year. So yes, 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 feels nice and right. What I do now is I connect it nicely to my other lines to let the energies flow beautifully. And now I'm getting excited to harvest the results and I'm looking forward to the words which I'm creating now after the drawing, which we'll be doing at the last step. So in our style step now, we're going over the drawing and beautifying it to the state that we feel it is complete. And we can leave it like that and feel satisfied with it. So I check where I want to add something, make it visible or more integrated. Go over the whole drawing and check these places, like what needs to be done in your own perception. Can also be a long time used on that step. Like for example, I want to do something with my circle here, or do I use that? Maybe I prefer to use the red here to the light circle, the year circle here. And don't use the black. Yes. go. So everywhere where the colors are not yet that much integrated, we can try to add some more integrated impression. What do I do here? I also use the reddish thing here to activate that a little bit more. Connected to this. So I guess I need some more light. Hours of daylight. Wonder where they are today. Because it's around, what time is it? Around 4 maybe? Sun is setting at 11. Oh. Rainy day, rainy summery day. So red and yellow are mingling, creating some orange impression as well. The pencils are mingling nicely. If we pay some attention to the transitions. Don't feel like talking much. Observed in the process. Absorbed in the process, not observed, absorbed. Yes. Here. I don't see the lines sometimes, so I make them more visible. Beautiful yellow lines. Harvest again, harvest again. Harvest. Harvest, withdrawal, inner strength, endurance. And growing. Make it a little bit alive. Growth. Freedom. Yes, freedom. I cannot come without my freedom here. Thinking about the right timing. Right timing. The language of life tells us what about the timing. Yes. Now I check. I think for now this drawing feels quite complete. I've explored a lot of interesting connections. And don't have to worry about moving on in the lives, not in the life cycle, in the year cycle, because I see it's one system smoothly interacting. Yeah, some more, some even smoother interactions here. Yeah, there's lots of options to go back and make it more smooth. What I might do later. Now I'm eager to write down words in 2 minutes again and check what words come up now. So I'll do that now. I'll write, I call it topic 2.0. And I'm just, for a moment, breathe and feel all the energy of the drawing in me. Having my mind empty. And now I'm writing down all the associations which come up now. Wind of change, movement, growth, step by step, power within, grounded, feet on the ground, navigate, fuel, passion, fire, guided, guidance, inner strength. Everything needed is already in me. Ripe fruits, movement, wind of change. Joyful, harvest, navigate. Yes. So how did you like drawing that drawing? I really enjoyed connecting to the energies of our surrounding nature, and I guess I will do that more. And I also like connecting to the energies, and this is a field of study which can go deeper and deeper and deeper, many layers. I'm sure a 5,000-year-old system of colors, of health, of arranging life, planning and connecting is a very interesting field to explore, apart from using Neurographica. I mean, it's also being used in the Neurographica as the theory of color. Yeah, leave a comment, please, how you enjoyed the drawing. What would you like to change? What topics are interesting for you? And if they also resonate with me, I might also draw those. And if you like support on a one-on-one basis, I'm happy to offer you a space for your own personal requests. This is most effective, I can promise you. Yes. So thank you for drawing with me. Thank you for watching the video, and I'm happy to see you soon. Bye bye. Enjoy the summer.